South Korea staged its own show of force today aimed at deterring what it says is another imminent missile launch from the north. The U.S., meanwhile, is threatening a massive military response to any threat. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin is here tonight. Good evening, Jennifer.
Good evening, Mike. South Korean officials say they see signs North Korea is preparing for another intercontinental ballistic missile launch, which could reach the United States and Guam. They also restated what U.S. intelligence said for the first time recently. They believe North Korea has miniaturized a nuclear device that can be fitted to a ballistic missile. The president spoke to his defense secretary, Jim Mattis, and the CIA director, Mike Pompeo, today as he weighs his military options.
Just hours after the U.S. warned it had many military options to deal with North Korea's nuclear program, South Korea began a live-fire exercise involving F-15 fighter jets and fired land-based ballistic missiles into the Sea of Japan. Its mock target, the exact distance to North Korea's nuclear test site, yet another warning likely to go unheeded by North Korea's brash young leader. South Korea announced it had strengthened the deployment of the THAAD, a controversial U.S.-made missile defense system. The U.S. launched sniffer planes from Japan to take air samples to test for radioactive particles to determine the size and yield of the bomb. The U.S. Geological Survey put the explosion at a 6.3 magnitude. North Korea's first nuclear test was in 2006. Over the years, each blast has grown more powerful. Sunday's test appears 10 times more powerful than its last nuclear test in September, a strong indication this may have been a hydrogen bomb. A bomb that is more powerful than what the U.S. dropped in Japan in 1945 to bring an end to World War II. Some say one of North Korea's goals is to drive a wedge between the White House and South Korea to destroy that alliance.
But Kim Jong-un, we got to remember that the core goal of his regime is the destruction of the South Korean state. And I'm concerned that when Kim becomes confident in his arsenal, he's going to blackmail the United States to break our mutual defense treaty with South Korea and get our 28,500 servicemen and women off the peninsula so that he can then take over South Korea.
Ahead of the test, North Korea released photos of Kim Jong-un inspecting what he claimed to be a thermonuclear weapon small enough to fit on an intercontinental ballistic missile. North Korea's continued belligerence is seen as a blow to China, embarrassing the Chinese president, who was hosting a high-profile summit for Russia, India, South Africa, and Brazil at the time.
China said Monday it had made a, quote, stern representation to North Korea over the test. China also carried out emergency radiation testing along its border with North Korea. Saturday marks North Korea's Independence Day. Intelligence experts expect a possible intercontinental ballistic missile launch. Kim always likes to test on anniversaries. Mike?
Jennifer Griffin on the North Korea threat. Jen, many thanks.